multi-stage with cluster. Any one of you from this? What is the similarity between stratified sampling and multi-stage sampling? From these pictures,
homogeneity.
Homogeneity you can think of. Obviously, homogeneous must be there because it is a part of stratified sampling. Any other one?
Multiple filters. Multiple filters.
Filter means something how? Stages.
Stages.
Stages. Filter, so we are using it, I think, technology. I am not that much technically sound. I know only statistics. Yes, so we can say we are having, why we say multi-stage? Because there are many steps of sampling. Can you tell me where we are getting this? I mean, where we are using this multi-stage sampling?
Medical side.
Medical side, obviously. This sampling is used in all cases.
But basically in the medical side, no, we with one point we use in all the people, and then from that means all different medicines will be used to the all the patients. From that we will pick it one thing that this is suitable to everyone. So in that time we can come into the multiple stages, like coming.
No, there is actually multi-phase and multi-stage. What you are saying, that is multi-phase. Multi-phase sampling. But I am talking about multi-stage. I told you that after this, development of this technology, many different types of sampling came. That is multi-phase. That is correct. That is multi-phase. But multi-stage, where we are in different stages, we used to where it is. We used to do this. Not we can see.
There is a large. Suppose there is a survey going on where you want feedback from students regarding how teaching is being carried out by the teachers. So consider Sikkim as a place. Now, how do you collect the data? You divide Sikkim based on, say, geography, district-wise. That is one stage. And in the next stage, within the district, how many schools are there based on senior, secondary. That way you again do. That is how you get.
Yes, that is a very good example. And in a very usual example is census. Census is a multi-state sampling. India divided into many states. Every state is divided into town, villages. Villages are divided into panchayats. This one is town is municipalities. This panchayat is divided into blocks like this, and blocks are divided into households. We are getting the data from household. Then we get the data from adding all the household data, we are getting the data of block. After adding all the data of block, we will get the data of village, and like this. So the perfect example of multi-census. So this is some of the cases. Now the judgmental sampling. Now the non-probabilistic sampling came. Previously till multi-stage we are all having probabilistic sampling. But now we are having non-probability sampling, that is starting from judgmental. If you see this one, can you get anything from this picture?
Different type of people, but when we ask some questions, some people have the same like things which comes to under one, that we will keep it into the one category and say this based on this their judgment we are finding out.
In a simple language we can say, as we can say, researcher. The interface of population and sampling is researcher. This judgmental sampling, that means the research will judge whom to collect, from whom to collect the data. In a simple language, judgmental sampling is nothing but the researcher or the investigator will judge itself that from whom to collect the data, or from whom we will collect the response. So that is why judgmental sampling is also known as purposive sampling. Judgmental sampling is also known as purposive sampling. Suppose let's take one example. Suppose if you want to know the HIV status of Sikkim, can you go everyone? Do you have HIV? Do you have HIV? Can you ask this question them? You cannot ask, na? You can ask them, the villagers. They will thrash you out. Go out. You should go, na? You should identify, the investigator should be efficient one to identify the area of that HIV positive parts. He will go to that portion and ask some indirect questions. From that indirect question, he tries to identify whether the person is HIV positive or not. That is the biggest example of judgmental sampling when we are dealing with sensitive issues. Judgmental sampling cannot be used normally. I like to use it, I like. No. Only you can use it where we are having sensitive issues, which we are having some social stigmas. Suppose HIV has social stigma. No one want to disclose that. So in those cases we use judgmental sampling. That is also known as purposive sampling. Purposefully, for a certain purpose, we are going to take the samples. Convenience sampling, as you know, it is based on the interviewer same. But the thing is that in this case, based on its convenience, they are, collecting the samples. Quota sampling. You are talking about quota sampling, na? Who is talking about quota sampling? This is quota. Quota sampling. You please go through this. So in this case, what is it? Quota means we have to fix the criteria. While we taking out any sample or sampling unit or any think about person, we actually make a quota. Over here, suppose the quota is, we have to find out the male which is above 20. We cannot take any male which is less than 20. That is our criteria to select the samples. You can see there are many girls also, boys also, but we are only taking the boys as sample. Because what is your criteria here? Your criteria is you have to only collect the male which is of age above 20. So that is quota sampling, okay? And why it is non-probabilistic sampling? Because it is only just searching and just putting. There is no, pattern involved in this. So this is the quota sampling. Snowball sampling. Any idea about snowball? Because it is very commonly used.
First we have to identify the one person, then automatically we will go to the next one.
Right. We have to actually identify one person. In the first stage, we have to identify one person. After that, based on its social network, we told, please tell now that I am started one business. It's true. I am started one business. You please tell your friends that please try my product. So such that a network is created. Actually, snowball sampling is basically created, used to create a network. Network for your requirement, not for others. That is why it is known as non-probabilistic sampling. If it is probabilistic, then it is common to all. But it is non-probabilistic. That means for my choice, I am now making a network. That is known as snowball sampling. So I have and the important part is when to use snowball sampling, when the population is relatively small. That in that case, and it is geographically dispersed. Though the population is very small, but it is very much, widely spread. And one more thing, social stigma is also related, but not like HIV, because HIV is a crucial social stigma which cannot be disclosed. Now coming to the testing of hypothesis, because as I told you, running out of time. So any idea about the hypothesis, because it is very common in management. What is actually hypothesis? How you are using it it is in ChatGPT, because everything should be around your GenAI, no? What you will train the ChatGPT in such a way that it will give you some correct analysis of your required question. So what is actually hypothesis? In the light of Gen AI, any idea? what we usually do. See, we have already trained the machine that these are the sampling, these are the method, these are the memories. So we have already feed them. Now the question is that how we use those feedings for our machine.